Black with Garland and Calvin. I'm Calvin. That's my guy, Garland. And we are here to discuss Insecure Season 5, Episode
Yeah.
7, Chillin. Okay. Hey, man. Listen, we're a couple seconds late only because we were over here
We were just
fussing
having the
about.
sports show that y'all missed before this show.
Exactly. Exactly. We were fussing about how the fans are just the Ravens fans. We lost yesterday, but y'all are so wishy washy
Yeah.
sometimes. I mean, not everybody, but y'all are so wishy washy. And I'm sure I can be wishy washy at times. Garland may be wishy washy, but
Right.
there's sometimes where common sense is just there. And how you said, Garland, if you watch it with your heart and
Right.
not with your head, then you're
I
gonna
watch
be
it with your
wishy
heart
washy.
without your eyes. People are watching the game with their hearts, not with their eyes. And we got to watch it with our eyes, and we'll see what's up with the team. And now it's on to Cleveland. We got to get these games.
It's on the Cleveland.
They took a chance, didn't work. 8-4, still first in the division. If the playoffs started to get today, we would be hosting a home wild card playoff
Exactly.
game, and y'all would be down there. So
And
chill out.
and we're actually I looked at the records because of the wins over the Colts, over the Chiefs, over the Chargers. We're still 2 games up in the wild card.
Right.
So even if we lose to Cleveland and Cincinnati wins, if somehow we fall into second place in the division, we still are in the wild card hunt. So with
Oh,
these next 5 games,
yeah.
we literally gotta win like 3 of them
Yeah, we need at
without
least three.
help. Yeah,
Yeah,
we need to
we
win
need
three
at least.
without help.
Hmm.
But anyway, we're not here to discuss that. Let's talk
Right.
about insecure. What's going on, God? How you doing this week, man? Other than the Ravens, how
Man,
you doing this week?
feeling great, feeling great. I am officially a month away from 55, and so I'll be driving 55 in January, y'all, January the 4th. And so just counting down those days. My wife is taking me on a trip for my birthday, the couple days after Christmas. And so, just looking forward to that, man. Just trying to end out the year on as strong as I can.
That's what's up.
That's
Now
what's
that you mention it, I am exactly a month away from 50. I
There you go.
completely
And that's
forgot. If
something,
you if you all don't know, Garland and I are both Capricorns. What
right?
are you, January 4th?
4.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
January the 6th. With like, I mean, we're both Capricorns, that means we're just natural born leaders, and that's all. That's what's up. He's
Right.
gonna be 55. I'm gonna be 50. Man, I've been in AARP since I was 45 anyway, because
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
AARP
Pull that
anytime,
card
just
out at
get the
IHOP, boy. Get you the
discounts.
discounts.
You know what? I went to IHOP the other day and didn't
You forgot?
pull out the
Yeah.
card. I completely forgot
Yeah.
because I rarely use it, but now I really got it to get the insurances, and that'll all come up next
Yeah.
month. Starting next month, I can start applying for. Yeah, I keep getting off on these tangents, man. Let's talk about Issa and Molly and then, man. Anyway, let's just get started
Right.
on that. Hey, you all can, if you all want to chat, make sure you just jump in the chat, and we'll see it on the side. We'll see what you have to
Right.
say, and we'll respond to it. Last week we had one person in there, but it don't matter. We still gonna roll like we got 15, 20 people in here. So
Yeah.
please respond to the chat because we do like to interact with you all. So
Yeah,
anyway,
people were still recovering from the turkey, so we're gonna put it up to that. But yeah, man, insecure, chilling. Okay, great episode again. We got 3 episodes left, and so chilling. Okay, it lets the girls have a night at Issa's, and so this is kind of like really the main story of they get together for a girls' day. Going to hang out. They're going to pregame. They're gonna go to dinner. They were supposed to get some massages and what have you. And so, that's kind of like the bulk of the story. And, Chilling Okay is also filled with reveals and moments of joy. And we spend the majority of the time with Issa, Molly, Tiffany, and Kelly. And so let's start off with a little light and then work our way heavy. And so Tiffany tells everyone she's moving to Denver and she's concerned about moving there after her breakdown last season and low key loss. And so that makes a little sense. And we've seen Tiffany grapple with this issue before. And so, what do you think about the Tiffany and Derek storyline? We've only gotten really only a little bit when they went to back to alumni weekend, and then when they had the birthday party for their daughter. we really haven't gotten too much more out of that storyline. And so, what do you think about this?
Well, throughout this series, the Tiffany and Derek storyline has always been kind of. I always thought they were, or Tiffany at least, they were bougie.
Right.
She showed some vulnerability when she had her postpartum
Hmm.
syndrome. So we got to see a little more into her. She's always been a good friend to them. Derek has always been a calming voice to everybody in there. This season we've seen him be a calming voice to Lawrence. So I actually like them too. It's kind of weird for me, and I guess it's because she was worried about her mental health and if she gets pregnant again. But women are so different from men. Women, women moving out of town. We're moving to Denver, y'all. And they're
Right.
like, oh my God, why didn't you tell us? And this, guys be like, y'all moving to Denver. We be like, word,
Word.
yo, what's out there? Like, cause
Right.
all we thinking about is, yo, I'm gonna go out to Denver. We might go see
Exactly.
a Broncos game. We might go see a
Exactly.
Rockies game. We can see the Nuggets play. Be like, yo, you getting some
Right.
Luca tickets? Like, yo, what's up? Like, we're pumped for it. Like, women are so
Right.
sad. Oh my God, I won't be able to see you. We're like, yo, I can hop on the plane to see you anytime.
Mhm.
Like, for us, that's just a whole nother adventure for everybody. Women are so
Exactly.
different when it comes to that. Women are so different.
Exactly. Yeah. And I really I love the Tiffany character. I love Amanda Seals. I think she's great. And it, I guess because this is the last season, it's really we've gotten really more so Molly and Issa, which is kind of really the foundation of the series and all. And so yeah, I always enjoy when she's on camera. I always enjoy when the guy that plays Derek is on camera. The back and forth, the banter and stuff like that. And Derek always has some wisdom for the fellas and stuff. And
Always.
so, I appreciate that. So yeah, I want to see how that plays out and people moving and relocating. As Baltimoreans, we never leave Baltimore. We just never leave it. We might move to another side of town. That's like leaving the state. But for the most part, most people I know that grew up in Baltimore are pretty much still in Baltimore or right outside of Baltimore. They're in Baltimore County. And so if that was to happen here, we would be like, oh my God, you moving dumb far. You moving all the way across the world and stuff. So yeah, we definitely don't see that in our nice little rat hole city. Now, Molly, she decides she's going to give Torian the green light. Yeah, Molly, they've been having a little back and forth since the work retreat. There appears to be some mutual interest. He's texting, he's calling to check in on her. She's leaving the room to take the phone calls. She's biting her lip on the calls and little giggles and whatnot. And so she decides, I'm going to go ahead, give him the hint. And so that leads me to this question, Calvin. Who decides if a relationship is ready to proceed? Is it the man or is it the woman?
So it's always the woman. Like no matter how you no matter how you try to twist it, it's always the woman.
Right.
Now the man can lay back and try to let the woman come to them, but what women will do is women will give you signals that you need to start stepping up. And they kind of make it so obvious at times where you just be like, I don't know, you might have been just hinting around it, and then your boy or somebody or just something in your mind will click, be like, yo, just
Mhm.
go ahead and do it and see what she said. And then once she says yes, and she usually will be like, I don't know, we can see, but she means yes.
Right.
For Molly to step to Torian, of course, that was with the encouragement of her girls, but you could see that she had already decided she's going to give him the green light, but how do I do it? Like, do I continue to give them hints or, am I going to say they would just like, just go for it? So that's kind of Molly's character now, just going for it. But yeah, man, it's always the woman. Like, the woman decides all of
Yeah,
that.
I
Like,
remember growing
we
up. I
never
always,
decide that.
we were taught we influenced them, like your game had to be tight, and it does. You had to come in with the Mac lines and all that stuff. But as you grow and you mature, you realize I don't make these decisions. She makes the decision of if it's going to proceed, if I'm going to be with her intimately, all of those things. It ain't got nothing to do with me. The only thing it has to do with me is I can talk my way out of it. And so
Exactly.
don't
I was
say
literally about to say guys have one special
it's
skill.
one special
One
skill.
special
Be
skill, and that
quiet, yo.
skill is to talk ourselves out of it. We have that special women don't
Right.
have that special skill. Women can rarely talk themselves out of it.
We don't
But
care.
guys, we have that one special skill, and that we can talk ourselves out of it in an
Talk,
instant.
man. You could say something dumb and she'd just look at you like, I can't get this man this. He dumb. He can't. He
And
not gonna be able to
we've
handle this.
we've all done it before. Like I was dating this girl and everything, we had just started
Uh-huh.
dating, and one day the date was just all just I mean, she was all over me, and I was like, okay, so maybe I'm doing something right. I don't know what I said within that week, but the
Uh-huh.
next time we got together, I went to get like a little hug when she was leaving, and it was
Hit
kind of,
you with the
and I literally was like, "So I thought we was," and she was like, "Yeah, it's just not the same anymore." I was like, "What did I say? What did I do? I don't know what I did or what I said, but somehow I talked myself right out of that one."
Bro, yeah, it's happened to me too. I just learned this, when I was single, say less.
Say less,
Because say less because
bruh. Even in
you
a marriage, say less. Like
say
even in a marriage, say
say less. Just you're quiet. Oh no, just I'm listening to you.
it's
That's
so
how
true.
it's so true. No, I'm listening to you. I'm following your cues.
But more free game, gentlemen. You only say less when there's nothing wrong, because when there's something wrong with the
You
woman,
better say
whether
more.
she's your girlfriend or you, say more, because if you say less, she's going to feel like you don't care about her. And even though all you're trying to do is give her
Mhm.
space, she don't want that. She needs the support. She
Right.
needs your support. So free game. I've learned that the hard way on several different occasions. So when it's something, when you even if you think it's something wrong, always say what's wrong. If they
Right.
say nothing, just give it 2 minutes and ask them again what's wrong.
Right.
What's wrong? Until she starts smiling and laughing, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong. Always ask them. Check in.
Right.
Check in.
Yeah, because there's something wrong. She gonna let you know eventually. Yeah,
Eventually.
eventually she
Eventually.
gonna let you
But if
know.
you don't probe and act like you care, there's going to be more than that. It's going to pile up. You
Yeah.
don't even care. You don't even care.
Yeah, so this is a big step for Molly. Well, yeah, kind of because she's usually the pursued, and she's usually in the role of being pursued by others, but she's kind of opening that door, and so there's always some type of risk of being the first to give the hint. What do you think about her taking this risk? What do you think this says about the character?
So we've definitely seen her grow and start trying to take more control of her life.
Mhm.
The only thing that concerns me, Torian doesn't really seem like her type. They
Right,
they
right.
have they have a lot in common. We've talked about work relationships, how they can go left.
Hmm.
They seem to be interested in some of the same things. He's showing care and concern, which again women like. But she seems like the type that wants something different. And of course, the telephone rings and something different has started calling again. I don't know if you were going to
Right.
touch on that
I'm
one,
gonna
but
touch on your boy. I'm gonna get to your boy. You know I'm
well,
gonna
no,
get to
no,
you.
no, no. I'm talking about Molly something different.
Oh,
Molly something different.
Dro. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy, right?
yeah. Dro
Dro.
started calling it. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm not, and for the record, I'm not a Dro fan. I'm not a Dro fan
Right.
at all. Not
That's
a Dro
crazy though. But it's almost like she tried to play it off like, whoa, what? Why Dro calling me? He must be checking on my. Like, why Dro calling?
fan.
You
You know
probably
why
been
they call
whispering to
exactly.
Dro to come through on the freaky freaky like I was doing a little earlier on the opens. Yeah, yeah. So that's crazy. That whole night was filled with craziness in terms of the music that was coming out while they were talking about particular things. One of the
Yeah.
things they were doing, this game of pretty much like questions. You answering questions about whose ex would you get with and stuff like that. What That's a little dangerous though. because a lot of stuff can come out like which one of your exes. Have you ever had a situation like that where you and your boy y'all just talking and y'all throwing out like, yeah, yo, I remember when you used to date so and so. I would have hollered at her, and you be looking like, dude, like, whoa, hold up, I didn't know you was into my girl like that, or
There's always, so if they're your boy, every homeboy knows that there's always, no matter what you say, there's always at least one, maybe two
there's one dude in
relationships
your crew
that
gonna
you
smash.
cannot touch. You cannot. You don't even discuss it because you
Right.
know how he feels. He can act like, oh no, it's whatever with Shorty. I don't care about. Nah, it's 20 years later, and dude, you still care. There's
Right.
always one. So if you playing a game like that, you never do that. But you can only play games like that with people that you're really close to, and if there's no elephant in the room. Because just like when they talked about the vase, did you break the vase? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
That's the kind of stuff you start throwing certain questions in there because people want some answers. People got some unresolved issues with one another, and you get to fighting and fussing and stuff. So yeah, man, I stay away from stuff like that because I don't have a whole lot of close homeboys, and
Hmm.
I don't want anybody to say the wrong thing to me, and I don't want to say nothing to the wrong thing. Like, you know how they talked about Daniel, they was like, oh yeah, Daniel was
Yeah,
fine. Can I
Daniel
get?
could got it. Yeah, Daniel, he was
I
that.
don't want to say to one of my homeboys, yeah, you don't remember, sure, yo. Shorty was bad, son. I tried, but she
Right.
went for you. And then they be like, you did what?
Right.
Like, what? And then the dude ain't gonna say nothing to you because we never want to look weak in front of our friends. But he
Hmm.
gonna go off and call the girl, be like, yeah, I just wanted to see what's up with you. So you tried to hit my man? Like, why
Hey,
you
my
ain't
man
tell
try to
me?
holler at you. You ain't say nothing.
Yeah, man, stay away from that kind of stuff. I see
Yeah.
somebody said they want to see Dro one more time. First of all, Dro need to get his teeth fixed. So whoever said that don't really care about teeth. You don't care about teeth. I'm not judging you. I'm just judging your preference. You don't care about teeth. Dro front teeth are like this. They kind of one on top of one another. His front teeth are having sex.
Calvin
He,
Dro is the guy that drives with the Christmas wreath on the front of his car.
I'm judging it. I saw three of them today. That's why I asked the question. I saw three today, and I was like, people really do this. Like,
Right.
I
You're not
just,
supposed to do that because it blocks your exhaust. They say don't do it. And but people,
oh, that's why you're not supposed to do it. I
that's why
thought it
you're
was
not,
just tagging. I thought it was
and it's
tagging ugly.
corny.
That was
But you're not
my bad.
supposed to do
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Your exhaust system. Don't do
Right. Never mind. Yeah, but you gotta watch out though on those type of games, those type of questions, because people, black men, we don't never break up with women, and so it could be 50 years later, be in like, yo, you like my girl, like,
it.
yo, you've been married for 30 years, yeah, but still,
They break up, and that's true. Women always break up with us. We don't break up with women.
we
Y'all
don't break
think we
up.
break up with y'all, but we
Right,
don't break up with women. Y'all break up with us. Think about every relationship you've ever been in. If ever a guy has said to you, "Yeah, this ain't gonna work," then y'all were never together anyway. But if y'all were ever together, it's never the guy that breaks up. It's the women. Y'all decide
right.
those things.
Yeah, Dro teeth.
Because
Yeah, go back and look at Dro
we,
teeth. His teeth messed up. Yeah, Dro teeth is messed up, and he got a reef on his car. Okay, and so as they going on in this night, Calvin, we see this thing of, hey, it's fate, it's time. With Molly deciding she's gonna go ahead and get Tori in the wing, and even Kelly, she has a revelation that she's gonna stop, really just out here helping white people make money. Kelly's is very funny in this episode, as always, and of course, Tiffany in terms of the relocation and all those particular things. And so in the midst of this, Issa, she drunk, calls or high calls Lawrence. We're gonna talk about Lawrence in a minute. It happens. Listen, let's not act like it. Everybody that's watching this broadcast has made a drunk or high call. You did that. You thinking crazy. You pick up your phone. You didn't made that call. We're not even gonna go into that. But hey, Issa, she decides to stop being wishy washy. and she decides she's going to stick with Nathan mostly for now. And also, our boy Nathan, he kind of steps out and he tells Issa that he loves her. He always has been in love with her, and that he's ready to stop running from things, which shows some growth for that character. Because as we talked about last week, whenever he's faced with some type of pressure, he's always ready to bolt. And so, are you still out on the Nathan Issa relationship? Because we were saying last week the compatibility looks a little but what do you think?
He couldn't even say "I love you" comfortably. Like when they were getting off the phone, he was like, "All right, bye." She's like, "Bye." He was like, "I love you." Like, bro, you know, he he sounded he sounded like some kid forgetting to say it to their parent, and was just like, "Oh, I love you," and you know what I mean. But even she, she
He said
knows
it
that
in an
call.
LL Cool J type of way. I love you.
I'll be waiting. I
I'll be
love
waiting.
you.
I love you.
Yo, it's like they're just not good together. And but Issa, we talked about, and of course they talked about. Even her girls know she's wishy washy. She's never knows what she
Hmm.
wants and all this and that. But some of it you got to put on these guys because you see she was ready to move on from Nathan. She told her girlfriend, but then here come Nathan calling her, pulling her back in. You know what I mean? It's like she can't get out of her own way, but it's not like they're getting out of her way either. And again, guys don't break up, women break up. She's got to learn to cut that off. So my question is, because it felt like she's saying it back and she's comfortable with it because she thinks that's what she's supposed to do. But is that what you want to do? And I really loved how the girl said to her, "Yeah, just because it may be the right thing doesn't mean it's the right thing for you." And
Right.
that is absolutely true. I tell people all the time, if you ask me for advice, I'm going to give you the advice, but my advice is the advice that I would do. Whatever's right for you could be something totally different. And the only people that you have to satisfy with your decision is yourself. When it comes to relationships and love and stuff like that, you have to decide
Mhm.
what's best for you. If that means you're going back and forth with this guy 4 and 5 times, then maybe that's best for you. It may not be the best decision, but for you and your heart, it may be the best. Eventually, it's like I used to tell the softball players when the ball would come to them, and I tell them to stand in front of the ball, catch the ball, and it kept hitting them. It kept hitting them. It kept hitting them. One day you're gonna get tired of that ball hitting you, and you're gonna catch that mouth. So when you get tired of this guy going back and forth or this girl going back and forth with you, you're gonna eventually cut it off. You're gonna do something about it. But
Right.
what's best for Issa may not be what we think is the best decision, but she's got to live with it. She's the one that's got to do it. So, hey,
Definitely, I agree with that. And one of our watchers just said, "Yeah, that was a great answer. It had to be right for you." And I agree. You have to be comfortable with what works for you. Like you said, I think back to my wedding vows, and my pastor was saying, you can take advice for people in relationships and marriage, but ultimately you have to decide what's right for you. You can listen to people's advice, but you have to rest with what you and your mate decide on what's right. And I think Issa is searching that. I have to give her some credit in terms of she's always searching for what in a sense feels right for her, and maybe that's why she's inconsistent. Maybe that's why she's all over the place, because as a character she's always in this perpetual search of self and what works for her and what fits for her. And hopefully she's not settling, but yeah, I think it's just getting in your space and going with what feels right in your heart. And a lot of times, we do it on what we think people would think or what looks good on the exterior, but may not
mm-hmm,
benefit us inside, because that was Kelly and Molly's thing. You don't want to get caught up in this drama, but maybe it's not drama. Maybe being a quote unquote stepmom might work for you. You never know. Maybe that's a good. It doesn't work for everybody, but maybe it might work for you. And so make sure you are making the decisions that sit right with you. And so now, Chillin' Okay, Calvin, it would have been perfect if it had just focused on the girls for the night. But instead, the episode takes some brief detours to check in on America's favorite fuckboy, Lawrence, and Condoleezza. And so Lawrence has moved back to LA. We knew that from the last episode. And the two are doing great and they love little Ja. He's growing up to be a nice, beautiful baby boy. And you got Lawrence, he putting up shelves and saying, hey, if you need somebody, I'm booked. This good old Lawrence, good old Lawrence. He's just really doing it. And hey, good for them. They're co-parenting and that's a beautiful thing. Black people co-parenting. We need to see it more. Now, I'll start
Yeah,
off
bro.
on a pot. I'm gonna start off on a positive. Lawrence is a great dad, and are you surprised that Condola gave him his props?
Well, no,
Mhm.
because you know mothers just want you to step up for the kid, and
Mhm.
that's what he's done. So now I will say, and this is me personally, and I don't know if Lawrence is going to do this. He messed up when he told Condo IKEA that I'll put them shelves together for you. First of all, I'm one that I don't like to put together anything.
Yeah, it's not
If
my skill.
you can't buy the display, don't buy it. Like
Right.
I literally hate. So quick story, young kid, mom bought the bike and bought it home, and I had to put it together. I was like, don't they put it together at the store? She was like, yeah, but that was an extra $50. I picked that thing up and that receipt, took that bike and my $50 up to that store, was like, here y'all go. I will gladly pay you this 50.
Put it
I
together.
hate putting stuff together. I don't care how small. Definitely I don't want it to
Right.
be big. So I don't know if Lawrence realizes that now that he's done this for Condo IKEA, she will never stop shopping at IKEA, and he will always have to put stuff together for the rest of his life. And he just went down the wrong path. But again, he's a good dad. He did the right thing. She's giving him his props. And good for them because we saw 2 episodes ago that they were not getting along. And just like Kelly told Issa at the little party, that
Right.
they did not look like they were in a good space, and they seem to be in an excellent space right now.
So you don't mess with IKEA.
I absolutely hate IKEA. One day I went there, they had this little like bachelor shelf. You open it up, you can hang your suits in, then you can hang your hats over here. You put this. I was like, cool. I was like, where is this at? And they pointed right next to it with these long boxes. I was like, y'all got any already put together? They were like, no. I was like, oh, all right
Just
then. And I just
IKEA.
left because I'm not putting it together. I'm sorry. I hate it.
That's a shame.
No, I
That's a
can't
shame.
do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I have to give. I'm gonna give Lawrence props. He's come a long way since that episode in terms of he had the intent of being a good dad and or wanting to be involved in the baby's life, and he's made a commitment to being a true good dad. He's relocated. He's listening. They're communicating. He's working it out, and I think that's a good thing. I was a little concerned because I didn't want his f boy proclivities to kind of bleed into this dialogue that he was having with Condola. I did not want her to fall for the f boy charm and take because he's putting together shelves and he has a little cute way to feed the
Too
baby
late.
to go. Yeah, yeah. And see,
Too
that's what
late.
I'm worried about.
Too
See,
late.
I don't. His intent. I don't. Yeah,
Too
he's going
late.
to end up in bed with her, and that shouldn't really be his intent.
It's too late. We talked about this with Queen Sugar. We talked about this with
Hmm.
the Shy. She gave him that look. That look where the guy's always looking somewhere else and the girl does that double take, that she always does
She
that
already in
because
her mind. She's already decided.
he either said something or did something that makes her say, He's really not that bad. And once they say that, it's over. So now that doesn't mean that Lawrence is going to sleep with her, but Lawrence realizes that he's in a good space and hopefully he can just stay in that space. But I guarantee you that she's on a whole nother level about him now. She's on a whole new level and she's
Mhm.
considering, you know, we might be able to make this work because the one thing that all women want is a family. They have a kid, they want a family. They don't want to be a single mother, they want a family. And Lawrence is there, putting shit together. He choo choo training the baby. I
Right.
mean, he listen. And what he didn't talk about, but they showed it, he washed his plate, dried it, and put it away. Son,
Oh, he
I'm
folding
married.
clothes too. We left that out.
Folded
Yeah.
somewhere in Condoleezza's
Mhm.
mind, she's like, "Oh, he is such a good man. He's a great dad and a good man." Just say it. Just
All
say
right.
it.
Con- Condoleezza, don't do it. Condolences, don't do it, girl. You just gonna get your heart broken, Golden Brown. Don't do it, Condoleezza, because
Look,
all he gonna do is
even
break your
Kelly
heart.
said that's the exact look. Kelly, no. Kelly, no. The women know. That's the look. Once the women give that look, the things start churning again. And
Mm-hmm.
then they start thinking
Like,
stuff like, he really wasn't that bad. I might have been
right,
tripping a little bit.
right. He did have the extra long stroke. I mean, I was going through.
And I knew she was setting him up when she said he was like, yeah, I can put the and she said, I mean, yeah, because I'm not doing anything. She basically said, I'm
Yeah,
lonely, right?
right.
I'm lonely.
Yeah.
She dropped
Well,
that in there.
I
Yep.
hope I hope that Issa just keeps her mind on dry ass Nathan, and keep him on his tic tacs. Make sure he's taking his medication, he's going to therapy, and he's working through his things. Because I understand, and she shared, her love for Lawrence, and how tough it was to transition out of that. But boo, you got to keep your eyes straight ahead of you. Don't look back. Don't go back. Because I mean, I don't. Lawrence, he still. I just every time I see him, I just see F boy. I don't
I
know
don't know
why. I
why are you
do. I
so
just
hard
do.
on Lawrence?
Every time I just see him, I just be like,
Why are you so hard on
oh,
Lawrence?
he just. I'm like, okay. I'm glad she let the call go to voicemail. All of those things because I think, and I think Molly said it. It's okay. It's okay for you to move forward, and you gave it a try. You knew the things that was there, and you open it. That's the thing. If I would say, of Issa's inconsistency is she never closes the door. Like she had the door open for Daniel. She's always kept the door open for Lawrence, and she even had the door open a little bit for Nathan. And I think if you're gonna start to try to become consistent, you got to shut some of these doors.
Yeah, but it's still not Lawrence's fault. I don't know why. I don't know why you so hard on Lawrence. And I want the two of them to be together. So
Well,
I don't subscribe to the Nathan Issa thing. I'm Team Lawrence.
I'd rather
Even
her
when
get back
Daniel
with
was
the.
around, I was Team
Uh-huh.
Lawrence.
I'd rather her get with the security guard that she was messing with. The guy
Then
who
he had
just
like a
goes,
booty button or something.
yeah.
Yeah, like a booty button. And he started seeing another girl.
He
Remember,
started
she was
saying
out
number
with
two, yeah,
Lawrence.
because she was out with
Yeah,
Lawrence and they bumped into each other. So yeah, I'd
yeah.
rather her go back to seeing him than to end up with Lawrence.
He's so wrong.
anyway. And so yeah, y'all, that's the insecure chilling okay episode. Next week we're heading into our, kind of heading to the finale of 3 episodes left of the series. Definitely great writing, great acting as always. I think Insecure has kind of set a bar for our black romantic comedy, type of things, especially from young creatives. And so, they just continue to hit the ball out the park.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if, and because the way they made the announcement, and because of the interest like you were showing and we talked about, I wouldn't be surprised if that move for Tiffany and Derek leads to a spinoff show
Hmm.
of them two in Denver, and then you could still bring Molly and Issa and Tiffany. I mean, not Tiffany,
Kelly.
Molly and Issa and Kelly back to
Hmm.
the show, to make some appearances. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. They would have an interesting story. And
Yeah.
it's kind of continuing Insecure, not in its purest form, but in the
Mhm.
spin-off form, and I'm sure it would bring back the same type of writers and all.
Oh,
So I
hey,
wouldn't be
maybe
surprised.
Condola and Lawrence will get married. I mean, maybe that'll be the spinoff.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody will watch that. But me, I don't think I'd watch it, but I don't think any.
I'll be
We know
watching it,
you
be
wouldn't
like,
watch it.
I'll be cheering for her to cheat every week. Like, he ain't worth
You
it.
would you would watch it, but I'd be like, you want to discuss it? You'd be like, yeah. If you did the questions, I'll discuss
Right.
it. I ain't watching that. I ain't
So
paying
I
attention
could just tee off on him. All right, bro. You got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, man. It had a whole bunch of things going on. I didn't. I wanted to talk about my Ravens, but I didn't want to drive that in the hole. But I do want to talk about this. And we're coming into the Christmas season, and people are going to start getting more packages. And we want your packages to be safe. And if there are any delivery people out there, UPS, FedEx, USPS, DHL, whatever it is, stop throwing my packages on the
Oh my
porch. I
God.
look in the camera every day and I see you walk up to the step. There's two steps. I see you walk up to the step and slide the joint. Throw it and slide the joint. First of all, you don't know what's in there that could break. Secondly, I live in Park Heights. You slide it through the door is opening it up to the world. Somebody could steal the package. There's literally the porch wall right at the step. Just reach around and
Right.
hide it. That's all you gotta do. I'm not asking you to play hide and go seek with it. I'm not asking you to put it in the lockbox. We're not trying to get you to throw it around the other side of the porch or anything. All you gotta do is walk up and reach over instead of walking up and sliding it. And I'm watching you on the camera, and the camera has a microphone, so all I hear is boom, shh, boom, shh. What are you doing? Have some respect for people's packages, because if something breaks, it ain't going to be easy to get insurance, get the insurance to pay for it, because I have no idea how to work FedEx and UPS insurance and all that, because you can tell them this was worth $100. Oh, well, you only had insurance for up to $25. $25? Please, please take care of our packages. Please. It's already in the truck getting thrown around and on a
Right.
conveyor belt getting thrown around. You're the last line of defense for us. Just take some care. And I know you got to hurry up and do your job. But like a porch like mine, like I said, it's two steps. You don't even have to step up on the porch. All you got to do is reach it around. Amazon people, most of the Amazon people, let me back up. Let me
Hmm.
back. And most of our FedEx and UPS, they're all good. Every now and then we'll get one that's not. The Amazon people, I've actually seen a guy put it in the front, take a picture of it, then pick it up and put it on the side. That's going above and beyond. I don't even need you to do that, but thank you. All you gotta do is just drop it on the side at the beginning and take the picture. Why put it here? Take a picture, pick it. That's extra work for you, sir. But anyway, just put the packages somewhere where the world can't see it and stop throwing them. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much. Thank you. If your friends are delivery people, please relay this message to them. Thank you. Thank you.
One of my boys works for UPS, and so yeah, man, take care of Calvin's packages. My closing thought, I was thinking about, just last week we had this shooting in the school outside of Detroit. And, it's so crazy, because we were under a pandemic for just about 2 years, we really didn't have any school shootings at all. We were not dealing with it on almost seemed like a weekly or daily basis as we were when we were just living life without a pandemic. And just the developments over the weekend, the young guys parents, they I want to know what ATM they went to get $4,000, because I don't think it was 7-Eleven, but whatever
Actually,
ATM.
Actually, ATMs
Hmm.
now are giving out. I believe you can get out up to $3,000 in them now.
What?
Some ATM. Yeah, I know my credit union ATM. I went in the bank to get a big chunk of money, but they said you can get. No, he said 5,000. You could actually get up to 5,000 out on the
Wow.
ATMs now. Yeah,
Okay.
not all of them, but some of them are like that now.
All right. I think the thing that we're missing, on this is gun control. It's no way that, a kid should have access to a gun to bring to school, and we have this outcome, this result. It's amazing that, Calvin, our I don't even say our ancestors, because it wasn't that long ago that we had people who were integrating schools. And these people, if you ever see these pictures, I mean, you got all of these hundreds of white people screaming at these little black girls and black boys. And we had to call out the army to go to school. And we were being harassed, but it's amazing. We never brought any guns to school to shoot anybody. But, we have these other people who, you know, they can't handle life, and they decide to take it out on others. And so, we're all up in arms about critical race theory, but we should be all up in arms. Some white people are all up in arms about critical race theory, but they should be just as up in arms about guns in school. And it's an epidemic that I don't know where there's no vaccine for that one. There's no cure. You can't wear a mask for that one, and that's the one that really also really needs to be cured. And so, if a child can't go to school and be safe in the school, where can they be safe? And so, prayers out to those families, those four students who perished in the shooting, those others who were injured. And I hope some type of justice happens for them. And this is a tough season because now we're going into a holiday season. We already know the impact that has on mental health and those things. And so, hopefully as a nation we'll get better, we'll take care of each other, and we'll get these guns out of the schools.
Yeah, man, it's a shame. And I remember this some years ago when Sandy Hook happened, and some years
Right.
later, a lot of people, and it's so true, a lot of people would get on national media and say, once we allowed elementary school kids to be killed and didn't do anything about guns, we'll never do anything about guns. And it's a shame to
Right.
say, but when you think about it, it's like, yeah, we allowed little kids to get killed without adjusting the rules.
Right.
What kind of hope is it now? Like it's such a shame. And
Right.
I watched a video, and it was a guy that had
Mhm.
skinned a deer, and the guy that came to get the deer was like, "Man, you don't ever have a. There's never a lot of meat on this deer." And he literally told him, "Yeah, if you stop shooting an elephant gun at these deer, then you will have more meat." Like I never
Right.
understood why, as a hunter, you need these high-powered weapons to kill a deer, because the point is to take one shot and put it down, and if you
Hmm.
got to go to it and take another kill shot. But you shouldn't need automatic weapon is different. You may need, it makes it a little easier, but a high powered machine gun,
An
what?
AR-15 to kill a
Yeah,
deer.
what do you need that for?
Right.
And people, I want to protect my home, sir. Like I get
Right.
it. But just anyway, that's a whole gun control
Right.
debate that we can discuss later. But this is all things black with Garland and Calvin. I'm Calvin. That guy right there is Garland. We thank you for joining us. We will see you next Monday when we
Next
discuss
Monday.
Insecure episode 8. And with 3 left, 8, 9, and 10. We'll see you next
Hmm.
Monday when we discuss that. Thank you all for joining us. All right, Garland. Have a good week, sir.
Bro,
Be
have a good
safe out
week.
there.
Peace.